Hey guys, I am back here once again at the City Hall of New Braunfels. I audited this place yesterday, so this isn't an audit. This is just conducting normal business. This morning I went to the postal station here in New Braunfels to talk to the postmaster, or to try to talk to the postmaster. And I got the runaround. They gave me an 800 number. The 800 number doesn't reach anybody. So there's still zero accountability at the post office, but somebody there, while I was there, being very polite, very professional, and very cordial, called the police. And the police responded to my presence at the post office. And so I'm here at City Hall to make an open records request to find out how to get access to the 911 call and also to the body cam coverage of the officers who were dispatched. So I am carrying my .380 pistol in my waistband, and after talking to De La Rosa here yesterday, I decided to just open carry it as I make this open records request today, because he told me that would be fine as long as I'm in the public lobby. So that's what I'm doing, and we're going to find out. Just going to remove my sunglasses here before going in so I can see. Mr. De La Rosa, how are you, sir? Hello. Hello.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Can you help me with an open records request?
Absolutely.
If I want open records on a 911 call, is this where I go?
So you can fill out an open records request,
Okay.
and then we will send it to New Braunfels Police Department, since they are the ones that will have that recording.
I see. Can I go directly to the police department and ask for it? Or do I only do open records here at City Hall?
I believe you can go to New Braunfels Police Department, and you can also go on our website. We
Okay.
do have an online portal that you can request, and it'll go directly to New Braunfels Police.
Okay. I like doing it in person. Do you have any idea how long the turnaround would be on something like that?
I am not too sure, but I can ask for you.
Okay. And do you have a pen I can use?
Yeah, we have.
Oh, I see him right there. Okay. Is it okay if I just fill it out right here?
Go ahead. Do you want to stand and do it, or do you want to sit down in one of the little rooms that we have out there?
I think I'd rather just stand. It shouldn't take too long.
So let me.
And now, do I have to put my name, or can it be anonymous?
I believe you can. It could be anonymous.
Okay, great. Okay, I'll just put an email address.
Yeah, we will need an email or a phone number, so that way we can get in contact with you to let you know that they are ready.
Okay, it'll just be email.
Okay, give me 1 second and let me ask about what the turnaround time is, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Very courteous, very professional.
And Megan Wilkinson, our record management coordinator, is going to explain the timeline of the open record.
Okay, thanks. Hi, Megan.
Meet again.
You remember me? Is
Yes.
it okay if I turn this over this way?
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, did you have like any specific
I
questions?
just want to make an open records request,
Okay.
and it's to the police dispatch.
Dispatch. Okay. Yes. So we wouldn't handle that personally.
Right.
That would go to the police department
Okay.
because they have their own records.
But she told me I
department.
can fill this out here, and you guys will. send it to the police department? Or should I go there directly myself?
I would go there directly yourself because we typically assign it to them, but sometimes it gets lost because we have different tabs.
Okay.
And it doesn't repopulate back into their system if we do it that way.
And that's like Seguin across I-35 is the police department?
I'm not certain.
Okay.
Let me see. Where's the address for the new station at?
So, do you know where the sheriff's office is?
No.
No? Okay. So it's right across the street from the sheriff's office.
Okay.
Let me get you the address for the police station.
Is it on Seguin?
No, it's on West San Antonio Street.
Oh.
So,
Thank you, Megan.
You're welcome.
So what kind of open records do I get here, just concerning city officials and city operations?
So most of the ones we do here are building, permits, engineering. We do some IT stuff like emails and things like that, communication with
What about
council.
personnel files and things like
We
that?
do have that here for,
Okay.
yes.
So what about if I wanted a personnel file on a police officer, do I get that here?
Yes, that would be us with
Okay.
HR, yes.
Okay. And body cam footage from a service call?
That would be with PD.
Okay, I'll go to PD.
I know it's a little
then.
confusing.
No, it is, but I'm just learning the
Yes.
ropes and I'm new
Okay.
here, so.
Yes, and if you did include the personnel file on this one,
Uh-huh.
Veronica over at PD will send it to me and I'll provide her with those files.
Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
You guys are great.
Thank you. We can do anything we can to help.
We can do anything we can to help. Are you Megan?
Yes.
Okay.
My mom didn't get creative with the name or the spelling.
You're what?
She didn't get creative with
Oh,
the name or
okay.
the spelling.
Pretty standard.
Mm-hmm.
All right, at City Hall. Okay, super. And she's writing the address for me, so that's all the business I have here today, and I'll see you guys next time.
Okay, awesome. Sounds good.
All right, thanks, Megan.
Thank you.
And what's your name?
Gloria Oshima.
Gloria? Thank you, Gloria.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers. So that's going to do it for us here today, guys. Absolutely. Thank you. Bye-bye. Absolutely 100% courteous, professional, accommodating. You heard what she said. We do anything we can to help. So the journey continues to try to get these records. And we'll go over to the PD and find out what's what over there. Welcome back, y'all. I don't know how bad the wind sound is. It's pretty breezy out here. You can see the flags in the wind. After going to the second post office this morning and having the police called on me, Officers Hawk arrived on the scene together with Officer Menser and Velasco, those three. I went to the city hall to see about getting a public records request. See if we could listen to the 911 call or see the body cam footage by those three officers. And I was told by City Hall that they can send those record requests over here to the police station, but that they could potentially get lost or that it would slow things down. And to expedite it, I decided to come right down here for myself and see about making the public records request. So I'm standing in front of what looks to be a war memorial. And beyond that, the City of New Braunfels Police Department. It's a bit confusing to me, to be honest. What the relationship is between the military and the fighting of foreign wars by a national military and a local domestic police force. I realize there's a lot of overlap in personnel, that people who serve in the military frequently enter civilian policing, but something a bit unnerving about seeing that merger. The public, the citizens of this country, shouldn't be regarded as enemies of the state or adversaries to the police. And the local civilian police shouldn't be fighting against foreign enemies. So it's just a bit curious. You know, drop a comment below if you have thoughts about that relationship between local police and the national military. Seems like a strange merger to me. This is my first time to visit this station, so I'm seeing this for the first time, just like you are. If I pan a bit to the left, off in the distance here behind the police station, there's the little loop that goes around town, and it connects I-35 from a southern entry point of town to a northern entry point of town, wrapping itself around the west end of town. Off in the distance, beyond that loop, is the Cemex concrete plant, which we visited on Labor Day and did a Labor Day audit of that plant. That's completely civilian, private industry. And that was a very slow, relaxing, I called it an ASMR audit. And if I keep panning here, crossing the street, directly across the street from the local police department, is the Comal County Sheriff's Office and Law Enforcement Center. And you can see a number of sheriff's vehicles parked there. For today, this is not an audit of the sheriff's department or of the police station. I'm not here to report on them. I'm just here to figure out how to make these public records requests inside. So now that we have some context established, I'm going to sign off, switch cameras, and head on in. One thing that I've noticed about this town of New Braunfels, and I may have mentioned this before in previous videos, very, very strong element of political conservatism and a pro-military orientation, a pro-America orientation. So far from what I gather, dealing with local officials, a very strong pro-constitutional orientation, but these two things do not always mix in my experience. Often I find that there can be a strong pro-America orientation that's more jingoistic than it is steeped in a true adherence to American principles. Seems a little bit more tribal, a little bit more like cheering for the home team rather than a very deep, profound, and enduring understanding of what it means to be an American. And of course it's nuanced, it's not all or nothing, there's not any one way it is and one way that it isn't. So I'm inside of this granite looking circle. It looks like this is an honoring of local veterans. A hero is someone who has given his or her life to something bigger than oneself. It looks like these are possibly the local veterans or casualties of World War I, of World War II, of Korea and Vietnam. And the global war on terrorism, interesting. That's a broad category. Looks very quiet here. Even standing up near the street, I noticed that this parking lot out front is mostly empty. There's nobody parked to my left as I walk in. To the right, there's about 5 cars over here. Inside the building, there's information and records. Down the hall is a training room. Looks like there's a key code there, so that's probably a restricted area. It's big, it's new, it's quiet. Here's some memorabilia, and some, looks like an ancient polygraph machine. That's pretty cool. This is all inside of a case in the lobby. Some historical case files, it looks like. And some old artifacts from the 19th century. Looks like some old PD uniforms with photographs and placards describing these officers. There's a bronze statue of a canine outside. From inside you can see the flags, the war memorial, and possibly the sheriff's office across the street. Outside the window here, it looks like we have some very young Texas mountain laurels. They'll be beautiful in the spring. Here's some kind of a community room. Also with a keypad, presumably it is restricted. Looks like they might be doing some kind of training in there. I believe that's the officer we spoke to yesterday, Alexius. That's Blake. How you doing, Blake?
I'm doing pretty good. I forgot your first name.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay. Can I help you?
Oh, no. I've never been in here before, so I'm just checking it out.
Okay.
And I'm going to go make some public records requests up front.
Awesome. Sounds good. Just making sure we couldn't help you with something.
Oh, I appreciate that.
No problem.
Yeah, nice to see you.
You too.
That's Blake Alexius. We met him at City Hall yesterday. And he was very courteous and very professional. So we'll just head on up here now. Hello. How are you today? Good. I would like to make some public records requests. And I've never done that here. And I went to City Hall and asked about it. And they told me that if it had to do with 911 dispatch or the police, that I should come directly here.
Yeah. So the open records request forms are right out here on the stand.
Okay.
The very top row, they're all open records requests. You'll just take however many you're looking for.
Okay, and I just fill it out right here and slide it? Oh, fantastic.
Here's the pen form.
And what do you think the time frame is on getting something like that?
So video, they have 25 business days.
And what about audio, 911 audio?
Same thing.
25 business days.
If it's any sooner, they do let you know. They'll call you.
And it's okay to just send it electronically over email?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be back. Thank you.
Hello, how you doing? I'm from New Haven Moving Equipment. Can you pick up some crates or some dollies? Okay, thank you.
So right out front here are the forms. And as she said, the entire top row is public records requests. So we'll grab one of those. How you doing, sir?
All right, how are you?
Good. I have a follow-up question. If I want multiple things, should I fill it all out on one form or a different
Are
form
they
for?
all separate things, separate reports?
Well, like I had contact this morning with 3 officers, and I would like their body cam footage of the interaction.
Yeah, if it's one incident but multiple officers, you can do it on the same one.
And the 911 call from the same incident?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all one form. Thank you. That's that, guys. So here's the little seating area, one of them, where I'll sit down and fill out this form. So this is the request for information form that I was given. And I filled it out to the best of my ability. This is my first time to fill out a form like this. She said that they have 25 business days to return the information to me. So once I get that, I'll keep you guys updated and cut the footage together and try to keep telling the story as comprehensively as I can. I think so. I've never done this before, so maybe you could have a look at it and tell me if you think everything looks okay.
Let me see if I can find the case number. That way it's easier for the records division to find it.
That would be great. It was just this morning.
It was about 9:30 this morning.
I think so, somewhere between 9:30 and 10.
Okay, give me just a second.
Sure.
Post office.
The old one on Seguin, the brick
Oh,
one.
okay, yeah.
I don't know the address, but it's not the one off of
Not in that shopping
Knox,
plaza.
Elliott Knox. No,
I know,
not,
by the Sonic, right?
it's,
I know what you're talking about.
yeah. I know it's across the street from a pawn shop.
Okay, I found it. Do you want me to write it on there for you?
Yes,
or
please.
Give it to you. Do you want me to write it down for you separately so you can have it too?
That'd be great. Yes, thanks. And was I supposed to check one of those boxes at the top?
You don't have to.
Okay.
It's fine.
If there is an incident report in addition to the footage I requested, I would like it.
They didn't do a report.
Okay.
I can print you the call notes of what was called in.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
Would you like it stapled or separate?
Staple would be fine. So, does the sheriff's office across the street have their own records?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if something happens with the county, I'd have to go over there?
Correct, yes, sir.
All right.
So this will also have the case number right up here at the top where we were dispatched to, and then the call notes on the back.
Fantastic. A couple more questions.
Sure.
If so far all the police I've interacted with here have been just very professional, courteous, friendly. But if the case ever arose where I wanted to file a complaint against an officer, do I do that right here in the police station?
Yeah, so a couple options. I do have complaint forms out there.
Okay.
They're at the bottom of that stand. You can either come here and fill it out, or there's an option to do it online.
Okay, and can I do it at City Hall as well?
They may. I don't know if they have forms over there for the police department.
Okay. Thank you very much. You've been helpful.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
I'm here to pick up my phone.
Hi again. You know what? I was on my way out and I realized I had another question that I forgot to ask.
Try and answer.
When I was at City Hall, I ran into Officer De La Rosa there, and I asked him about firearms inside of the City Hall building. And he told me in the public areas in the lobby, you can carry concealed or open, but only if there's a city council meeting in chambers, you can't carry in the chamber.
Okay.
And I was wondering about this building. What are the rules about carrying firearms here?
You can have them out in this public area.
Okay. Open or concealed? That's lawful?
I've had several guys have them on their hips.
Okay, good to know. Thank you very much.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye. Well, there you have it, folks. You gotta love Texas, where it is lawful, legal, and socially acceptable to carry your firearm openly on your hip right into the police station. There's the ever watchful eye in front of the police house. There are the twin flags of Texas and the United States. You'll notice in all of the footage, if you're not from here, they always fly separately and at the same height. Read into that symbolism what you will. Okay. Once again, the local institutions and authorities here in New Braunfels at every turn have been exceedingly helpful, really above and beyond. I mean, down to, would you like me to print that for you? Would you like me to make you a copy? Would you like me to fill in this case number for you? Would you like a staple? You know, I haven't been around long enough to really get crossways with anyone or push any boundaries or offer any pushback to something that I feel is unlawful or warrants pushback. And maybe it'll come to that, maybe it won't, and we'll see what happens. I mean, you know, trial by fire or, you know, being under pressure can sometimes change things that seem placid on the surface. They can get a little more brittle. But overall, I mean, this has just been a pleasure dealing with these people. And it's pretty impressive to see city staff, police staff, and officers trained so well. Every single place I've taken my camera in this town, within any of the city-run offices, or so far even private businesses within the city, I've gotten absolutely no pushback. There's just exemplary staff doing their jobs as if the camera's not there. However, every time I've gone into a federal facility, whether it's the post office here or the second post office here, I've either gotten a host of bad behavior or they've called the cops, or both. Now, when I went to the post office over there in Shirts, the postal workers were fantastic. I'm just walking around the sheriff's parking lot a little bit, checking out some of their cruisers here while I'm on this diatribe, rambling on my little monologue here. So, the city police department across the street there, the county here. So these are Comal County vehicles. So one of the patrons called the police on me at the Shirts post office, but the staff inside, the federal employees, were exemplary. So it's been a mixed bag. And it's good to know what to expect. Always expect the unexpected. Looks like this is some kind of a animal control. You know, you really can only rely on past experience to take you so far when trying to predict future experience. You never know when someone's going to come out and shake your hand or come out charging you, telling you to get lost. I just walked by one of the sheriff's deputies sitting in his car. I waved at him, he waved at me. So far, so good out here. Here's what the sheriff's cars look like. They've got the seal of the county. So I'm going to go home and read this report, see what Officer Hawk wrote down. She said there wasn't an incident report, but there were some officers' notes. And when I get this footage of the 911 call and the body cams, perhaps we'll get a little bit more information about this story and continue to follow up with it. So for right now, standing with the City of New Braunfels Police Department to my front, and the Comal County Sheriff's Office to my back. This is the Texas Independent Press signing off.